Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Leadership Lean In. We are a podcast. We are a nation that is all about the subject of leadership. We're trying to lean in so we can get a little bit better. We cannot promise perfection, but by golly, gosh darn it, we are going to try and get some progress. Today, we're going to be jumping in, talking about 6 words that will change your leadership. So come on, let's start it right now. Here we go. Okay, so also just want to say thank you to everybody that subscribes to our YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody that shares our podcast, our content. See it all the time on social media. It means the world to me. I've been traveling this last couple weeks. I was in Chicago. I was in Memphis. I was in Johnson City, Indianapolis. Everywhere I went, somebody, hey, Pastor Chad, I'm a leaner. It's like we're so low key about it. I love how low key leaners are. No leaner ever is like, I'm a leaner. Everybody's chill. So thank you to everybody that is a part of our small little community that's trying to get better at leading. So today, let's jump in. 6 words that will change your leadership. The first word is a big one. It's an F word. Hello. Faithful. Be faithful. Be consistent. We always say faithfulness equals fruitfulness. Every leader wants massive fruit, massive impact. Every leader wants to build something great. That's why you're leading. You want to make change. But I've always found that fruitfulness is just a reflection of great faithfulness. So when I show up in heaven, I will not be held accountable for what you're doing. I will be held accountable for what I did with the resources that were given to me, with the vision or the mandate, the calling that was on my life. So I'm going to be faithful with where I'm at. Faithfulness is never an attendance issue. Faithfulness is always a heart issue. So it's not about just being there. It's about being there. I was talking to a great leader the other day, and we were talking about, for us in our line of work, Sundays are like game days. It's like game day. I'm a little bit on edge. I'm a little bit like a Coach Saban or, like a Dabo Sweeney. I got a little Sean McVay in me. Why? Because it's game day. And then we're going to reassess and reevaluate and drop some new plays and new strategies during the week. But I'm locked and loaded. And I feel like during the week and even in our game day, it's about putting my best foot forward. So I want to encourage you, the first word, be faithful. Next word, available. Be available. It's another cheesy line, but let me say it. The greatest ability is availability. I can only work with the people that are here. In fact, I think anything that's great was built off the sacrifice of people that wanted to be there, not people that had to be there. So I want to encourage you in your leadership, make yourself available. I love it when a leader comes up to me and says, hey, is there anything I can do? Any way I can help? Anything I can do to serve or add value? What they're saying to me, what they're signaling is I'm available to help. And I think that's such a key component to making leadership great. Make yourself available to the right people. Don't waste your time or your virtue, your investment into the wrong place or person. No, make yourself available to the right people, to the right thing, always having the discernment, who should I invest into now? And I'll say this, the people that are with me now, they're not any better than the people that used to be here or used to be with me, but they're fresh. They're like that fresh jawbone that the Bible talks about when Samson had to get a great victory. I always think there's something fresh about the team that you're with now. And man, the people that were here before, the best memories with, incredible time, we're grateful for. But I've got to put my eyes and my attention on who's with me now to make myself available to what God's doing, being awake to what God's doing right now. So the first one's faithful. Second one's available. If you've been around leadership, you already know the third one. You can fill in the blank. Teachable. Having that teachable spirit. The law of opposite here is a know-it-all. The law of opposite is somebody that's been there, done that, heard all the leadership teachings, seen all the clips, been around so-and-so, read that book. But the heart of a student, the heart of a lifelong learner says, I'm not done learning. I was just in Indianapolis this past week, and I was in a service, and the pastor, shout out to the great Dave Summerall, he said two things that jumped out to me so fast. I couldn't pull my phone out fast enough to write them down. I thought, man, that's insightful. That's great. Then having a conversation this last week over the phone with somebody, man, I just can't pull up my phone fast enough to write it down. I'm wanting to grow, evolve, and learn rather than leaning back and going, I already know that. I'm leaning in to say wisdom, knowledge, insight, revelation, understanding, help me grow and evolve to become the leader that I'm supposed to become. Remember, you cannot do what you're supposed to do until you become who you're supposed to become. Much of your becoming has to do with your learning. So be teachable. It's an open mind. It's an open heart. It's having space for dialogue, listening to someone else's viewpoint or experience, not being so proud, not being so offendable, saying, I want to learn. I welcome feedback. I got an email this last week from this club I'm a part of. I'm a member at this place, and the president of the club wrote us an email and said, we've heard your feedback about lighting. And so we made an adjustment about the lighting in our dining room. And we heard feedback from some of the members. They didn't like that lighting. So we found a happy medium. And if there's anything we can do to improve your experience, please click this link right here. I would love to hear from you so we can help improve. You know what he's saying? I'm not just going to create this space and you guys are going to enjoy it. I want to learn. How can I grow? How can I evolve? How can I become better? Here's the next one. Humble. It's that teachable. Humble is that humility. It's pretty cool. This month, it marks 1 year since my book on humility came out. I bet you think this book is about you. Of course, the song, you're so vain. I bet you think this book is about you. It's been 1 year. And I was thinking this morning, a year later, after this book has come out, I have not won the war with my ego, amigo. I have not conquered humility. I still have pride. I still have agenda. I still have motives. All of that has to constantly be washed, arrested, and addressed. You don't just become humble. You put on humility. Humility is so attractive because humility doesn't think less of ourself. It thinks less about ourself. It's learning how to think about others. How can I serve? How can I add value? How can I help here? Be a humble leader. That to me is a servant leader. The greatest leader that ever walked the face of the earth said, guys, I just want to let you know, and I want to remind you, I did not come to be served. I came to serve. That to me is the hallmark of a great leader, one that has a humble spirit, a humble heart, and is there to serve and add value. Here's word number 5. It's hungry. And I got to be honest, we're recording this here in LA. It's right now 1:01 p.m. and I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat, ready to go get For the Win down the street, top 3 burger in LA. We got triple bean pizza down the street here. One of the best pizzas in LA. I might stop by Home State Taco. Shout out to anybody that loves tacos. You know your boy loves tacos. In fact, Home State kills a breakfast burrito. I might stop by. I'm hungry. But when I'm talking about hunger in leadership, I'm not satisfied with where we're at because I'm hungry for more. And the reason why I can be content but not satisfied is because I'm very thankful with what I have, what God's done, where we are. But there's more in my heart. I've got a greater vision. If I didn't have that vision, I'd cast off restraint. No, but I've got heavenly vision. And that makes me want to work harder. It makes me want to go for more. I'm hungry. The moment you stop becoming hungry, it's the moment you stop speaking to mountains or climbing mountains or aspiring, obtaining, trying to go. And I think one of the most attractive things about a leader, you've won championships, you've won rings, you've got accolades, you've to the outside world, you've accomplished so much, but inside there's a fire burning. There's something attractive about a hungry leader. And if you're hungry, you're going to get filled. That's the bottom line. If you're hungry, you're going to get filled. So keep that hunger. Never, of course, I'm content and I'm thankful, but never arrive. No, there's still more for your life. And the last one, number 6, we're going to conclude with this, is hustle. Just that. Man, I like that. In fact, I was talking to somebody yesterday about their boss, and I was saying, how's your boss going? And I know their boss really well. How's your boss going? And this person was saying, man, my boss is doing great, and, just kind of raving about this person's ability. And I complimented them behind their back. I said, one of the great things about your boss is they're a grinder. They're going to get it done. They're going to make the deal. They know how to sell. They know how to accomplish. In other words, I'm complimenting this person's hustle. What do people say about you? Do people admire your work ethic? Are people impressed with how hard and how hungry you are? Now, I just think, man, there's something about somebody that's like, they know how to grind. And I get it. We've received so much, and I'm grateful. There's grace and favor, blessing. All of that is at play 100%. But let's just go back to the Old Testament real fast. 6 days you shall work. And I'm talking about work is a gift. And when I work, I'm not laissez-faire, just showing up. No, I'm not going through the motions. I want to hustle. And in basketball, I grew up playing when we would do Big Tens, there and back 10 times. I would sprint my face off trying to hustle because I'm trying to tell myself I can do hard things, but I'm signaling to my teammates and to my coach, I want it. When it comes to leading, send that signal to your teammates and to your boss, who you're really working for. I want it, and I want it more than others. I'm willing to not go through the motions and just show up. No, I'm hustling because I believe there's more. Again, leadership lean in. We're thankful for you, thankful for your yes, that you're leading. And let me remind you, you're doing better than you think you are, and there's more people that are for you than there are against you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week on LLI Leadership Lean In. Let's go.